Okay, so the warm-up says to explain using words how to get to the point, -3, 7 on the coordinate plane. I put some vocabulary that you could use, and so we as a class came up with, first, start at the origin, 0, 0. Then, to get to -3, 7, go 3 spaces on the x-axis left. Or you could have said go 3 left horizontal. Next, go up 7 spaces, or you could have said up vertically 7 spaces. Put a dot. Label the dot -3, 7. So when you're explaining, you want to, again, like kind of pretend that you're talking to a kindergartner. Okay, that's how you need to break it down. Like they don't know what you're doing. Okay? All right. Okay, so I asked you guys to get a device and go to My Katie Cloud. Okay, so here's Braining Camp. We want to go to number lines, which is this tab right here. Okay? Number lines from the front. Instead of Friday, we did 2 color counters. Today, we're going to do number lines. Okay? And then we want to fix our numbers down here. It's got us going from 0 to 100. And so actually what we really want to do, let's go from like -20. See down here how I'm moving the scale to +20. There. Okay. And I can't see that from here. Hang on a second. Okay, if you play around with this, at the bottom you can see that if you click these off, see how it took the numbers away? And then it's got them like subdivided. I actually like the numbers to be there because it's easier for us to see. If I pick up an arrow and I put it at 7, do you see how it's got the number involved? And if I stretch it, see how it changes? Okay, and the red arrows are going to go the opposite direction. Do you guys see that? Okay, and then you can also clear all just like we did last week. Okay, so we're going to be using number lines, and then also this is the best thing ever. This tool right here, it's going to like help you find the answer. It's so cool. Okay, all right, is everybody ready? Okay, here we go. Okay, just super quick, I just want to see if we remember from last week. If I took 2 plus -4, last week we learned that that would be 2 positives and then plus 4 negatives. Remember that? And then what happened? What were these called?
Pairs.
You're missing a word. 0 pairs, where a plus and a minus happened together. That made 0 pairs. And then what was left was your answer, which was what? -2. Okay? So that was, yes, that's what we did on Friday. That's what your homework was. I meant Thursday, because then we had a 3-day weekend. Okay? So now what we're going to do is we're going to use a number line. Okay, so we're going to take this same problem and go over to Braining Camp. So 2 plus -4. Here we go. So on the number line, first we want to start at 0 and we want to go 2. So do I need the green arrow or the red arrow? Green. So pick up the green arrow, start it on 0, and notice that it's already at 2. Are you doing it with me?
Again?
We're doing, ooh, why did I do that? I don't like that.
I mean like the thing.
Say it again.
Module.
2 plus, it's not in modules, it's in
Yeah, I know it's not module.
Braining Camp.
Yeah, I know.
Number lines. Number lines. Okay? Here's our problem, okay? It was 2 plus -4. So I've got 2. Does everybody see that? Now we want to go -4. So what kind of an arrow do I need?
The red one.
The red one. And where do you think I'm going to start it?
At 0.
Do you think I'm going to start it at 0?
No. Yeah.
Well, I've already gone 2 to the right. So shouldn't I start there? Yes. I want to line it up so that it's here. And I want to go -4. Right now my arrow is only -2, so I need to stretch it to -4. Does everybody see that? Okay. Now, Remember what, a minute ago when I told you the most awesome thing is this guy right up here? He is awesome because he's going to tell you the answer to the problem. So right now he's in the wrong place. Where do I need to put him so that I'm showing the answer? Well, where did I stop? Where did I stop? First, I went to the right 2, then I went to the left 4, right? So the answer is -2. But we already knew that was the answer because remember we did it the counters first. Do you guys remember? Okay, so this is showing you how to use a number line. The order matters. Okay, what I mean is if I was going to walk to the door and you said, Ms. Bell, let's take 3 steps forward, now go 4 steps back, now go 5 steps forward. You see what I'm saying? The order does matter. Then it would be like, well, where are you in comparison to that? Okay, so this is just a way to do it online. Then we're going to do it on paper. Okay, let's look at what it looked like on paper. Here's the first one we did. Look. First, they started at 0, and we moved 2 units to the right, guys. Do you see that? That's what we did. Then we moved 2 to the left, starting where we were. Then we moved 4 to the left, and that is your answer. I circle it on the number line, just like on Braining Camp had that circle. Okay? Okay, let's do another one on Braining Camp. Okay, let's go to Braining Camp. Clear all. I'm going to pick up my marker just so we can have a problem. -6 plus 5. That is our problem. Okay, what kind of arrow do I need to pick up first?
The red.
The red. And you know what? I actually think it would be easier if I didn't go -20. How about if I just went -10 to +10? Then that's going to, I think it'll show it better. Okay, so I need the red arrow. Where am I going to start it? At 0, meaning the end, not the pointed end, but the starting end. Ladies, you with me? Okay, I'm going to go to -6. So I got to stretch it. I stretched it to -6. Go ahead and do that, please, on Braining Camp. Or you're drawing it if you didn't pull up Braining Camp like I asked you to. Yes, sir.
Please zoom in.
What? It's because you have the wrong. You need to go from -10. What did you say, Shadar? Since pet. Okay, that should work now. Pick up the red arrow, see? Put it at 0, and then go to stretch it. Okay, actually a little different. Oopsies. Oh, there it is. I had to click right on the point of the arrow. Okay, you need a device. -6, okay? You have to change it. Try to pick up that 0. There you go. It's going to be like -10 to +10. Okay, all right, guys. Now -6 plus 5. What do I need now? A green arrow, and where am I going to start it? At 0? I've already gone 6 to the left. Yeah, I need to start it here, guys, where we ended. So it's like, again, I'm taking directions. I went 6 spaces to the left. Whoop, now I'm going to turn around where I was and go 5 spaces to the right. Notice my green number is turning. I want it to say 5. Guys, do y'all see -6 and +5? Yes. Pick up your answer. He's the best guy ever. Where do you put him? At the end of who? At the end of the green. There you go. And you see the answer is -1. Y'all see the answer is -1?
Yep.
Okay. Let's do it on the paper. Okay? Okay, number 1, it says begin at 0. And we're going to move how many units to the left? 6. So start at 0 and go 6 units to the left. That's what we did first. Okay? Then move 5 units to the right. But don't forget, we have to start where we left off. And I'm going to go 5. where we stopped. Do you guys see that? The answer is where we stopped on the number line. So -6 plus 5 is -1. Who can give me a story? Give me a story, like we did on Thursday. A story that goes with this. It doesn't have to do with number lines. It can do with money. Think back to Thursday, guys. Tell me a money story about -6 and 5. Or football, whatever. Come on, guys.
So, Miss Ballish had $5.
Okay.
And she owed Miss Kerr $6.
Yep.
So she gave Miss Kerr $5, but she still owed her one more dollar.
That's right. I still owed her $1. Perfect. Okay. Or like football, we lost 6 yards on the first play, then we gained 5 yards on the second play. So where are we still at? We're still at -1. We hadn't even got back to the line of scrimmage. Does that make sense? Okay. Let's look at the next one. -3 plus -2. I'm going to go back over to Braining Camp. I'm going to clear it. -3 plus -2.
Your phone's not working? You can have an iPad here.
Okay? So what do I need first? A red arrow starting at 0, and I need to stretch it to say what? -3. Perfect.
Negative one does.
Perfect. -3.
It's under your KSD.
Mhm.
We have a KSD login.
And -2. So what do I need now? Another red arrow. Where am I going to start it? Where I stopped. And how far do I need to stretch it? 2, because it's -2. Right now it shows -1. So we want it to say -2. And then what? Get the answer guy. Find our answer guy. He's the best. And put him where we stopped. And we stopped at -5. Well, that makes sense, because if you owe Miss Persall $2 and you owe me $3, you owe us $5. Okay? Let's do it on the paper. Fill it in. Begin at 0 and move 3 units to the left. So we're beginning at 0 and we move 3 units to the left. That takes care of -3.
Did you change it?
It says to move 2 units to the left
To the school. How long have you been?
from here, right? So then the answer is where we stopped, which was -5. Okay, bless you. What do we think is going to happen when we now have a third number? If you look at the next one, it has a third number. Do you think this is really going to be any harder, or just one more step? One more step. Let's try it. 4,
Do you remember
-6,
setting
and
it up
-2.
that way?
Go back over here.
Okay, what do
Clear
you
it. I'm just going to write it down so I don't have a problem. 4 plus
And 6391.
-6 plus -2. Okay? Okay, what do I do first? Which kind of arrow? Green arrow, starting where? At 0, and stretch it how far? Just 4. Perfect, that took care of the first number. Now what? Now what? Red or green? Red arrow, starting at where I left off, which was 4, and I need to stretch it how big?
-6.
-6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? Now what?
Put your username, which is your ID.
Now what?
And now -2.
Now I need to do a -2, so I need to pick up another red arrow because it's a minus. Start where I left off and go -2.
Let me get you your verification code. Put your
Now
ID
what?
and I'll get your verification.
Get the answer. The answer comes in and tell us where we ended, which was at -4. Let's see if this makes sense. All right. Let's see if this makes sense. I have $4. Okay. I gave 6 to Aiden, right? So now what happened? Did I have 6 to give to Aiden?
No.
I only could give him 4, and I still what?
Just wait, I'm gonna get you the
I
code.
still owe him $2, right? And then Ibrahim said, well, you owe me $2 as well. So really, I owe them what? $4. You see how that makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay, now let's go recording on the paper. Okay? So, begin at 0, and we're going to move,
Right.
how many?
4.
Right, 4. 0, right, 4. Okay? Then move
Left.
left, how many?
6.
6. From here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then move
Left. 2.
left 2. From here, so 2 more. 1, 2. Bring it down, circle it on the number line, and there is your answer. So we got the same thing. Okay? How about you guys try that last one on your own? If you're at home, pause the video. So here's what it should have looked like on Braining Camp. Now let's actually go to our paper. Okay? So first, I have -2, so that means I need to start at 0 and go 2 negatives. Then it says to do 3 more negatives, so I'm going to continue on 1, 2, 3 spaces. This is -2, this is -3. Then I need to do plus, so I have to turn around and go to the right, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This was a +6, and where did we end up?
1.
At +1. Did you guys get that?
Yes.
Guys, does anybody have a question? Now's the time. How many of you like doing it with counters better? Just curious. How many of you like it with the number line better? Okay. Can somebody tell me one advantage that a number line would have over the counters that maybe we haven't seen yet? Celine? It could be faster, especially if your numbers are getting what? Bigger and bigger and bigger, right? Because like Braining Camp showed us a second ago, we could change our, our scale down here to be any number of things, and that means we could stretch our arrows really quickly to be really, really small numbers and really, really big numbers, right? Versus, could you imagine drawing all those counters? That would take forever, right? Okay, so it's just a suggestion on that, okay? Okay, let's go to the next page. All right, now we want to practice. We're going to practice with both, okay? With both. Here, this is supposed to be color counters. Okay, and we're going to just do a few of them, all right? Let's do the first one. -9 plus 7. So remember, we always have to start at
The 0.
0. So -9 plus 7 means I'm going to do what? Go to the
Left.
left to 9. -9 is very hard to see on this.
I can't even see any of the numbers.
-9. Then we're going to turn around and do what?
7.
Add 7,
Go to the right.
meaning to the right. And then you can see where you stopped would be what? No, -2. Let's do it over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 7 positives. This is just another way to show them, right? Do I have to make circles around them all?
No.
No, especially when I have this tiny little space. I just chose to put negative, 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 like that, plus, 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 plus. But now I have to make 0 pairs. And then you can see that you still get 2 negatives. Okay? Guys, do you guys think that we really need to do this whole page?
No.
How about just the next 3? 1, 2, 3. Do those with a partner. If you're home, pause the video. I'm gonna do one positive, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 negatives, 0 here, which leaves negative 9. Okay? 4 plus 1 is 5. Well, that was easy. 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 1 makes 5. Okay? Negative 5 means I'm going to go left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a negative 5. Now turn around and go 8. So I got the 5 plus 1, 2, 3 would be 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 0 pairs. We're left with 3. Okay? How did we do, guys? Okay, let's turn the page. We're going to skip those other ones for now. This time, what did they give you? They gave you the problem, and you have to write the sentence, okay? So where do we always start? At 0. And look, what did they do first?
They went to the right.
They went to the right, how many?
4.
What number means to the right 4, Leo? You're not with me. 4. To the right 4 is 4, okay? Then they started there, and they continued on to the right. How many did they do? 1, 2, 3, another 4. So that would just be plus 4, which equals 8. And we knew we can also check it because we know 4 plus 4 equals 8, right? Okay? Let's do the next one. We start at 0. What did they do first? They went to the left, left 8. I can't read that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a 6, actually.
What?
Because that's 7, that's 8, that's 9. So then that would be, guys. I know it's hard to read.
You gotta count the blurs.
Count the blurs. So the left, 6. So that would be minus 6. Then they turned around and they went to the right, so they went plus, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did you guys get plus 5? So that now the answer is a negative 1. Plus 5 equals negative 1. Let's just make sure that makes sense to us. Negative 6. So that means you lost 6 yards on the play. Then plus 5 means you gained 5 yards. So where are you? You're still 1 back. Or you owe me 6. You gave me $5 that you had in your pocket, and you what? You still owe me $1. Has everybody got it?
Yeah.
Okay, try that last one on your own. Let's see. If I start at 0, I know I'm going left, so that would be minus. Minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Negative 5 should have been your first number, right? Then we turned around and we moved to the right. So because we're moving to the right, I know it's plus. It's positive. Positive how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Plus 14. Did you guys get that?
Yeah.
And then, where did it end? At 9. Negative 5 plus 14 equals 9. You owed me 5. You had $14. So after you gave me the $5 you owe me, you still have $9. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Awesome. All right. Now we've got a couple of word problems here, putting it in more context, okay? A football team loses 5 yards. There we go. There's our football on one play and then uses 8 yards on the next play. How many yards did they lose in the 2 plays? So what's important? Loses 5 yards. Let's put that as a number. What would that be?
Negative 5.
Negative 5. And then, so that means adding, and then they lost another 8, right? So what would that be? Negative 8. So then they want to know how many yards did they lose in the 2 plays. First they lost 5, then they lost 8. How many have they lost?
13.
Negative 13. Or they have lost 13 yards. Okay, let's do the next one. You park in a garage 3 floors below ground level. Wait a minute.
What?
Here is a building. Here is ground level. What number would be ground level?
0.
0. Okay, so get yourself a little picture in your mind here, or draw a picture.
So it'd be -3.
Is that yours? Is that your paper? So ground level would be 0. If you parked 3 floors below ground level, what would that be?
-3.
-3. 3 floors below would be -3. Then you get in the elevator and you go up 12 floors. Okay, so picture yourself. 1, 2, 3. Here's where your car is. You're 3 below the ground. And now we're going to go up how many? A plus 12. So mathematically, what am I going to write here? Plus 12. What floor do you get off in the elevator? -3 plus 12. Do you guys agree with that? Yeah. Another way to think of it is, okay, well, if I'm going up 12, how many of them did it take me to get back to here? To get back to 0? It took me, no, how many floors did it take me to get to 0 from my car? 3, because I was already 3 below, right? So then how many more floors am I going to go up to reach a total of 12?
6.
To reach a total of 12. 9, because see, 9 plus 3 is 12. Do you see how having a visual might help you? Okay? Last one. A research team aboard an underwater research vessel descends. What does descends mean? It means goes down. Descends down 1,500 feet below the surface of the water. Woo! So tell me what number that would be. -1,500. Then they ascend. What does ascend mean? Up. So plus 525. And then descend again, 350. What would that be? -350. So let's just write a sentence. We're not actually going to solve it. What would we put for our first number in the number sentence? Negative, because they went down. Then what? Plus 525. Then what?
-350.
Minus 350. Or you could put plus -350 if that makes you feel better. We're not going to solve this right now because we're not to this level yet. Okay? We're not to there yet. All right? But that would be the number sentence. This is where we're heading, though. We're just not ready quite yet. Okay? All right. Let me explain your homework, which is on the next page. All right? It says, what is your name word? Okay? So what does that mean? Guys, look. If here's the alphabet and we start at 0 is letter N. Do you guys see that? Then we went forward 1 to 12 to get to Z, and backwards -1 to -13 to get to A. So notice that someone named Alyssa put the value of each letter, and it's a total of -7. Okay? So like if I wanted to do Balash, Balash, then that means I would need -12, -13, L is -2, -13, 5, and -6. Remember how we showed you guys to do this when you have lots of negatives and lots of positives in the same problem?
Yeah.
I'm going to put all my positives together. So I only have 1. All the rest of mine are negative. -12, -13, -2, -13, and -6. Wow. I know. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 16. 1, 2, 3, 4. -46 and a +5. I bet we could solve that. -46 and a +5. What would that be? You got it. So the value of Balash would be -41. So you're going to do the same thing but with your name. Does everybody understand? Okay. And then there's just 2 word problems down here on the bottom for you to work out. That's your homework for tonight. Okay, did everybody understand? That was the end of it, right?
You can go back real quick.
Okay.
You know where it is?
The computer.
Did everybody pick up a calendar?